Welcome, everyone, to a very special segment of PWT Multimedia Publishing. As promised, I told you we were going to bring the brain, the soul, the heart behind our new collaboration with the Christian Entertainment Network. Today, we welcome the co founders of the Christian Entertainment Network, Kate Bass, with a background in broadcasting and journalism. We'll talk about that. And of course, we have Dr. Shari Jo Watkins, who prefers to be called Shari Jo, and with her master's, a doctorate in divinity. So, welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Hi.
We are so excited. Dorothy and I came, it just, we're so humbled. Thank you, everybody, for being so generous at supporting our publishing passions. And we came and presented these projects because they're so new to our publishing family, just in the genre, in the nature, in the dynamics. And we welcome it with open heart because it's such an important topic. So I know publishing is new to your Christian Entertainment Network. It is our collaboration. I am one of the co-founders collaborating with this in full disclosure. However, I deal with the publishing side of it because Kate and Shari Jo are really the heart and soul of the Christian Entertainment Network. So, ladies, tell us how it got started. Tell us, how did we get here?
well, um, so, um, a lot of different ways. God says move and we say yes, right? And that's literally it. It started off right before I had cancer. I woke up with the whole nonprofit for Bold Brave Me in the head, right? And so I knew it wasn't me. And so and then a few days later I had cancer. And so after that, I was like, Kate, come on, it's time. God said da 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 da. And she's like, Sherry, I can't do that. And it's because I wanted ridiculous things. And so lo and behold, we ended up having an event that led to, that was bringing Christian speakers together. It was so powerful. And then God was like, okay, that's not it. There's more.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and that's literally how it all came about. And we're just saying yes and doing the things.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And in Kate, tell us, you two ladies are headquartered nearby. You are friends, you're collaborators, but how did you get to this point?
I definitely agree with Shari Jo's side of the story, if you will, in that when the Lord puts something on your heart, and He has, we very much are yeses. So when the pieces come together so perfectly, as we're constantly praying for Him to do, open the right doors, close the wrong doors, illuminate the path, bring the right people into our path, it just has come into perfect place as He always provides for us. So when the opportunity arose to better serve Him, yes.
Yeah, that is, and I have to tell you, of the three of us, faith in religion, I guess, if it's slightly separate but same, or two roads to the same destination, has been part of my life all my life, right? Being Latin, Roman Catholic at the time was really, if you were Latin, you were Roman Catholic by birth. So it's been one of those things, especially being Canadian now, that it's not something we speak about publicly very often, right? It's just not in our culture. So when we were first introduced by a common friend, a common collaborator with us, and I began to publish her book, I was hesitant because, again, I would not consider myself an authority on faith or religion, in as much as to lead, right? Like I can do many other leadership, but I know enough to, know my place in the food chain kind of thing. And she was insistent. No, no, no. I trust you. I know you. If, when the time came to have my book published, it was you, right? So she introduced us.
Mhm.
And I have to tell you, publishing that book, and is by Mindy McManus, and the book is Leadership with Jesus as Your Coach.
Mhm.
And I was moved. I
Mhm.
could not believe how this book was speaking to me in the
Oh.
process of publishing it. And I don't know if that's one of the 365 everyday miracles or what
Mm.
it was, right? But something felt right.
Mhm.
Right.
And so when the opportunity came for us to collaborate, for me to be of service to, the world, PWT Global is a social justice, social impact, right? Correct. So when the opportunity came for my organization to share our gifts with you guys to provide even more, right? Like let's
Mhm.
get to every, well, we're on a million woman challenge right now at PWT Global. It's the second time we've done it. We've reached our goal and surpassed it in the first 5 years. So now we're doing another 5 years, another million women across the world. And it just felt right.
Mhm.
So this is how we landed here. For everybody that's wondering, what is this lady doing? Right? Is like Kate and Sherry Joe, I just said yes.
Yes.
Right?
Not
So
easy.
now we are starting with two. We have many projects, as Sherry Joe said, is and Kate is the Christian Entertainment Network. So this is because, and I'll tell you why that is so important. And you guys know that I'm the brainy. Well, Sherry Joe's a PhD as well, but anyways, a doctor as well. But I'm kind of brainy. Okay, I can't help it, and I'm not going to apologize for it.
No.
But I'll tell you why the word entertainment is so important. Because entertainment, if we go to the darkest part of the spectrum,
Mm.
is currently having a numbing effect on people.
Yes.
Is this constant, media, this constant doom scrolling, this constant content consumption disguised as entertainment,
Mhm.
unregulated, is taking a lot of people to pretty dark places.
Yeah.
Yes.
On
So
purpose.
so we are coming here to provide good content,
Yes.
wholesome content, so that we can nourish while we entertain, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Mhm. It does. It really does. I mean, and I love that you went there with entertainment because, people think entertainment is going to the movies or watching this or, playing a game of sports and things like
Video
that.
game, yeah.
Mhm.
Right. But in reality, anything that's teaching you, anything that's guiding you, anything that's influencing you is
Mhm.
a form of entertainment, right?
It's
And
food, it's
yeah,
nourishment. Well,
mhm.
whether it's
Or
junk food
poison, depending.
nourishment or soul food,
Right.
that's the difference,
Yeah,
Mhm.
right?
True.
Yeah,
absolutely.
so tell us, so under the scope of entertainment, like we're just getting started, like literally, we're building the shop, movie, picking the furniture. We're just getting started. But what is your vision, ladies, for a year from now, right? We've been at this
I'm gonna let
surviving
Kate
for
answer
12
that.
months. It is now Easter 2027, or the eve
Mm,
of Easter 2027. What would success look like?
mm. Well, Kate, do you have anything you want to pop in there? I mean, I can tell you what immediately went into my brain.
Please.
And see, the thing of it is that I make plans and then God laughs. Okay. I mean, for real. Like I make plans, God laughs. Like, and it's like, okay, well, what's on the other side of the mountain? I don't know. I haven't climbed the mountain yet. Right.
Yeah.
And just like right now we're doing, we're taking this direction where we can, through publishing, really create stages and create multimedia and create opportunities for people to get in front. It wasn't originally what I thought where we were going to start, right? And I was like, no, no, no at first. And then, but the reality of it is that I need to just shut up and say yes to God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, sometimes we don't really know exactly, what I mean. Like Kate and I planned that we were going to be on a cruise now, right?
Mm-hmm.
With people, and we had no idea like what was going to be entailed, and we're like, okay, not yet.
Okay.
And so, we want to be able to get these books published. We want to be able to create stages. We want to, bring women panels into churches. People should be laughing with Jesus, which is, the whole comedy division of it. And doing God talks, which is, the antithesis to TED Talks. But, we can talk about Jesus in them. And so, I have plans, but, God has other plans sometimes.
Well, I think, and I learned this from you actually, and I have to tell you, you become a little bit of a voice inside my head, and I'm still not sure. I wasn't planning to allow another voice in my head, but the concept of God's timing, right? So it could be that God is not saying no, just not yet,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? Not yet. And Kate, you and I come from media. We share, well, you are a journalist and broadcaster, and I got catapulted into media in my career a couple of years ago. Well, actually, at the beginning of Powerful Women Today, simply
Mm-hmm.
because it's communications,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I want to clarify the whole publishing, that really anything that you create, from a podcast to a blog to a post on social media to a book, it's all publishing,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
right? We keep thinking of like the legacy term of publishing being print,
Right.
but really it's multimedia and is everything. And in you guys, aside from the different levels of faith and religion that we bring to this stage,
Mm-hmm.
we're also into countries, right?
Right.
I am in Canada, you guys are in the US. And really it's one somewhat culture, expanded culture of North America. And communication is so fundamental in the US. And I really value and cherish how open you guys are about speaking of faith. What would you like to see more of in that arena?
Okay.
As far as our publishing, or as
Yes.
far as
What gap are we filling? What's not being said
Mhm.
that we come in to say, hey, this is a piece that is missing, and we're happy to serve and deliver it.
Hmm. So I'm going to tie two pieces together here, because you'd asked me about Easter 2027, and my one word, and maybe this was just the Holy Spirit speaking to me, what that looks like is evangelization.
Okay.
That's the goal. It's not about anything else.
Yeah.
So that, tying that to your current question, is creating a space where people better understand how to have conversations with the Lord and get close to Him, and it not being a rote prayer, something you learned as a child that you just rattle off on Our Father when you're in trouble, you're in a ditch on the side of the road. It's an all-day relationship and conversation, and through every means that we have, we are the PA system. We are God's social media.
Ooh, I love that.
That's it.
I love that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and this was one of our earlier conversations, that when we were questioning, and not questioning like questioning, but more of committing, right?
Mhm.
I kept saying, well, I'm really, I was born into a faith that I cherish and I value. But to tell you that I'm a practicing Catholic, it would I would not even know what that looks like, right? Like in other than going to church on Sunday, right? But
Mhm.
that's not practicing. That's only one minute element of it. And not minute, but you know what I mean, like a small part of it. And that has always been, I guess, my area of development, even though I went to an all girls Catholic school, like it's been part of my life and I've happily stayed there, but I have not had an adult relationship
Mm.
with
Mm.
God. It's always been that child, like you only run to God when you're hurt. You only run to God when you need something, right? And but just to have that adult relationship, I am very intrigued by it. And I believe that maybe that is what I bring to the equation, right? That
Mhm.
Yeah.
I am just a little bit earlier in the development, in the process, in the maturity of it.
But see, that's magical. Okay, that's magical. And the reason it's magical is because you get at all the different levels. Like we bring such a broad thing, right? So when like with so part of I'm going to go back just a little bit. You when you had said like, what is the thing? Elevating Christian voices everywhere, right? So, like you know how to do it, Kate, confidently and get in front of people. You know how to get in front of people confidently. But most people, even when they have a story, when they have something, when they know, they don't know how to do it. And when they get told no, they feel like it's not for them. Right.
Mhm.
And so, it's being able to create the opportunities for people to step into what they've been called to do, because
Yeah.
I distinctly remember what it was like when nobody would let me on the stage until I had been there, and nobody would let me do the things until I had already, and I got ripped off. Like my first book, I don't even own. It's my face, it's my words. I get nothing from it. It's not even mine because I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't have the right people around me, right?
Mm.
Mhm.
And so that's such a big part of it, right? And then the other piece too is like I spent so much time in corporate world, like I thought this was all me, even though I was a Christian and I was like, I'm happy, I'm smart, I'm all the things. Look what God did for me, or look what And it's not that, right? And so like I'll never forget the day that I made a conscious decision. I said, you know what? I don't care anymore if I offend man. I'm not going to offend God,
Mhm.
right?
Mm, mhm.
um and and that was a game changer. I just will not sacrifice myself to fit in to the box anymore. We're not supposed to be in a box. God made us special.
And have free will, right?
Hmm.
Is in PwC Global, we are spiritual, definitely. We're all people of faith, of different faiths. Like
Mhm.
we're, is being um a personal reconciliation of mine personally
Mhm.
to really step authentically into the world,
Mhm.
right? This is part of me. And I am thrilled to support and to create better soul food for the world with you
Mhm.
ladies, right?
Mhm.
um in my business continues to be interfaith and continues to have experts of all denominations, and they're all great people, they're all good people, they all serve their creator, in our creator, because it's like in as much as our collaboration, we all have the same creator,
Yeah.
different religions, different faiths, but same creator.
Mhm.
And I think we cannot longer leave it aside,
Right.
right? Is
Mhm.
it's got to be inclusive. I do. And again, this is why the three of us bring such different voice, different perspective
Right.
to the topic, right?
Mhm.
And we publish content of all kinds of perspectives, and as long as they're of good value, right, and they hold the values that we stand for, of course we're happy to celebrate people all over the world, right?
Mhm.
So yes, so we have two projects that we are starting, kicking things off. One is 365 Everyday Miracles, and I'll let you guys tell us what it's about, who who would be the perfect contributor to these, and how do they get started?
Kate, that's you, man. You are the queen of recognizing everyday miracles. Let's hear it.
Well, I was just thinking about how this all started when I was at a speaking engagement and we were talking about, I was sharing my testimony and sharing all of the miracles. They're just all throughout my testimony, and calling recognition to those moments. And I pulled everybody into a quick table chat to share their own breakouts and their own miracles in this conversation. It was amazing. All of the beautiful things that everyone was sharing when you stop to be able to share those moments. And we're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to share those moments. Like my prayer, one of my newer prayers daily is, Lord, I'm a yes, put me to work, but show me where those miracle moments are happening so that I can make them part of the fabric of my story to give that glory back to you. So you have proper credit so that it helps in this plan of evangelization for people who hadn't recognized those things, who don't see that a ride to Costco and back without crashing is
It's
a
a
miracle.
And we say misery loves company, so does joy.
Yes.
Joy loves company,
Yes.
and gratefulness. And as you said, just arriving home, waking up this morning,
Amen.
right? Technology working for us today. Like those are the everyday miracles. Brilliant, brilliant. And so we're going to speak about how we're doing this differently, so that we're able to have an impact immediately as soon as people join up. The second project is 100 Stories of Hope.
Love it.
So tell us about this one. What Light in the Dark, right? In this one, the writing is a little bit longer. For I believe 500 words is for 365 everyday miracles. This one, I believe, is 1,000 words per entry. And what would the difference be, other than price? I'm going to talk about that because I'm still, I'm grateful for Dortha because both mainly her and the team,
Mhm.
believe in this project so much that the prices for participation, we've never done
Below.
anything like it.
Mm.
Never. So yes. So tell us about 100 Stories of Hope.
So, from my perspective, 100 stories of hope. See, okay, just like misery loves company and joy loves company, right? All too often, people, we don't give ourselves the opportunity to be as real,
Hmm.
in that story, right?
Mm.
And I know personally, when I was broken, when I had cancer, um, I learned to be vulnerable in a very different way, right?
Yeah.
And I found out that vulnerability was that the magic was in the muck, right? The magic was in doing the things, right? And being able to wake up every day and say, not my battle, just my body, not my battle, just my body, and
Yes.
have that. And so it's things like that. Like, where was the glimmer of hope? Like, this is horrible. This happened, and also look what God did, right? Look what God did as a result. And that, to me, that's what it's about.
Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
In sorry, I feel like and I said that as we were starting, that I do feel like I'm the one walking on earth while you guys are operating at several levels higher.
And
um
actually, for such a time as this, it's in the word. It's through Esther, man. This is not an accident.
well, no, what I was thinking is, so I go back to the projects, right?
Mhm.
This two, the 365, because it does require 365 entries, right? So there's a greater process of curation, right? Because the both books are curated by the both of you, and they are produced by Dorothy and I, of course, with PwC Publishing. So it's a longer span. And in a prior conversation we had about the project with Dortha, we said that traditionally projects that require 100 contributions or 365 contributions take a long time to get off the ground, simply because you're gathering 100, curating through many more entries to find the top 100, right? For this one, there'll be other volumes, but for these our launch projects, in how we were guided is that because it's multimedia, as soon as somebody joins our project, they'll begin to be able to share their message, because we're going to activate the digital distribution of it and content on social media. So if you're thinking, yes, I participated in 365 or multiple, because most of the anthologies that we do, are only 20, 25 authors, right? They can be turned around in 90 days. In fact, that's our goal and that's our promise. But something like this is longer. But we will make sure the minute you say I am in is because your message needs to be heard.
Yes.
So we will make sure that you are heard from day one. So the sooner you join, the more that you are spreading the good content and the good entertainment and the good message to the world. So we've put the email addresses for both Kate at Bold Brave Me and Shari Joe at boldbraveme.com. And then you can also visit the christianentertainmentnetwork.com and you find all this information. And the best part, and this is the part that I'm still shaking my head, the entry into the 365 collaboration is $299 to be a bestseller multimedia author and an impact agent in the world, right? And for 100 Stories of Hope is $4.99 US. Both currencies are US. So where on earth are you able to participate in projects at that price? And that is through the great subsidy of sponsors, through the great subsidy of people that are cutting their fees in order to have the light, be the light in the darkness. So thank you, ladies. I am so excited. You guys are in the Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show. You are spreading the word on beautiful, brilliant authors. I am sending my books, or I thought I had my book. Yes, I am sending my Party of One book to be shown at this show by Kate and Shari Joe. And many other. I believe there's 40 authors that are participating with you. So if you want to meet the ladies live, they're going to be at the Pittsburgh, and we'll put that information, Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show. And of course, contact them, because there's many stages. These two projects are just the imprint side of it. If you're an entertainer, a coach, a leader, an entrepreneur, anybody whose faith guides their life, and you want to be leadership, that light in darkness, do contact them and find a way to participate. So
can I piggyback on that for 1 second? Okay. Because, one of the things that I know in conversations, people are like, well, I'm not an author. I'm a speaker, or I'm a coach. Listen, if you're a speaker, if you're a coach, if you're a human, right? It's time. Right. I mean, like, if you're a speaker, you need to be a writer, right? You need to be an author. If you're a coach, you need to be an author. If you're already an author, this is a way for you to get out there and meet more people as well. And like with each of these projects, you actually become part of the Christian Entertainment Network too.
Yes.
Which is, that's
yes, I forgot about that. Participating in these two projects. I'm sorry. Again, this is just the bag of goodies that keeps on giving.
Yes.
You are added into our directories as for people to be able to know that you are a trusted, vetted resource. So yeah, it's like a win-win, win-win, win-win,
Win.
win-win-win. So to find out, to get the media kit and to get all the information, do contact Kate or Sherry Joe or visit the website. And of course, you can always contact PwC Publishing. We are collaborators we are the imprint arm of the Christian Entertainment Network. So look out for our magazine, look out for our podcast, look out for our shows, look out for all these incredible people, to the sponsors that are helping us take off the ground, the angel investors and the early sponsors. Thank you. We will be talking about you and sharing you to the world after the Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show. So until then, keep spreading the good word. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks. Bye.